Yo,
What's up, big bro?
what's happening, Cam?
How you feeling, man?
Man, in the best shape I've been in my life in a long time, mentally, spiritually, and physically.
That's beautiful, man. But with all this stuff that's going on with this COVID, man, and this virus that's affecting our community, I couldn't think of one other person that's more important to us. You know what I'm saying? Because we can listen to what they saying on CNN and all these different news channels, but at the same time, I don't see anybody that's from where we from that represent us the way you would. You know what I'm saying, on those channels, and they really need to step their game up and really talk to the community more instead of these outdated ass old white people. I mean, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, in my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying, I just really feel like they need to pull our community leaders, man, and get them and put them in them slots.
Well,
But
man, that's why it take outlets like yours and others, because we got to control our narrative. We don't have the major media outlets to control our stories and to really get those voices that need to be heard. But this is a start, man. And if this thing ain't showed us nothing, it showed us that as a people, as Black people, I'm talking about to African American Black people here in America, we got to pull it together. We got to come together. We got to pool our resources, our money, and our media outlets and the right people to get our stories out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
so. I'm in totally agreement with you. We just got to do a better job at owning our own things.
Yeah, but before I get into some of these things that I want to talk to you about, how are you doing, and you and your family, man? Like, first and foremost, how y'all doing?
Man, look, man, I'm incredible, bro. I'm out here in Houston with my family. I'm poolside. You did?
Yeah, it's
I'm
only right.
poolside, so
Only right.
Thank God that my family, my children, my loved ones are fine. And I'm staying in constant prayer and faith, believing and having faith in God and trusting in God, but also believing in myself and my own ability, because it's prayer and work.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting this thing personally, and I got my family fighting this thing personally in a spiritual way, a mental way, and a physical way. And this is what I mean. My spirit, as far as, I don't care what you believe in something greater than yourself. I'm personally Muslim, but I come from a Christian background, so I put the two together. You know what I'm saying? It's not one against the other. That's first and foremost. So before I do anything, before I grab my phone in the morning, right now I'm grabbing my Quran and strengthening my spirit. I would advise everybody, you grab the Bible, the Torah, whatever you believe in, grab that. And then mentally, I'm reading a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I was about to say a book called what is that book called? The Purpose Driven Life. But I'm not reading that. That's gonna be a book I am gonna read again. But it's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Tomorrow may never come, and yesterday is gone. We got to get our right now together. And if we get our right now together, tomorrow will be okay. And then finally, the way that I'm battling this thing on a physical level, I'm working out every day. Every day I'm working out. If I'm not doing resistance training, on the days that I'm off, I'm doing cardio, keeping them lungs open, keeping that cardiovascular, keeping the muscles, them veins open. And then I'm watching what I'm eating right now. I'm taking about 14 pill supplements a day. I got my black seed oil. I got my apple cider vinegar. I'm taking the teaspoons of those nasty two things before I even put anything in my belly. It's helping me with my digestion and everything. And then I don't drink or smoke. I suffer from pancreatitis, so and I got that while I was on the walk. And so, man, I'm just high off life, man. I'm praying, I'm grateful, and I'm thankful for God. And the thing about it is, I'm not at this point in my life, I'm not chasing nobody to be in their life, and I'm not begging nobody to be in mine.
Yeah, as it should be, man. But the one thing, I mean, it sounds like you taking it serious, as so am I. Yeah, I don't go anywhere without some hand sanitizer. I'm wearing protective mask, and when I don't have a mask, I got the little, you know, the little
Yeah,
the little flight school TV little mask, and
yeah,
I'm it sounds like me and you are two of the people in our community that's really taking this stuff serious, but we can't help but to acknowledge that it's another demographic of us that's not taking it serious. That's almost like, man, you know what? God got me, and fuck this corona.
yeah.
What can we say to our people that's living that type of lifestyle during this time right now?
Well, my thing is it's kind of like faith. We don't know God exists, but I'd rather believe in God and find out it ain't one than to not believe in it and find out it is, right? So with
Yeah.
corona, we know people that have died, have suffered from it. So I'd rather take the precautions and be on the right side of precaution and not catch the stuff than to be, those numbers, you look over the whole numbers and they talking about this 0.00098% of people that died. But I don't care what you say. I don't want to be on that percentage side of people that died. So, to each his own, man. I understand this about life. Some people got to die for others to live. It's a harsh reality that, some people are proactive and some people are reactive. And sometimes, in life, it has to affect your immediate household for you to get it. So it's crazy to say, but some of these people, kids have to die from it. Their mothers have to die. Some people that they really love has to die before they get the message. And with me, I'd rather prevent that pain and that hurt of some of my loved ones dying and not doing the right things or the precaution. You got conspiracy theories. This is all a hoax, this, that, and the third. Okay, I get all that. And I understand that too. But at the same time, I understand that people are dying in real time, in real life. So the conspiracy theorists and all that can have their way. But I'm going to be precautious. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I put on my Muslim, I wear my hair out. So I've been wearing that. I've been traveling.
Yeah,
I've been on these planes. So,
yeah,
you know
I've
what
been
I'm saying?
seeing you.
So I've been moving around. COVID ain't really done nothing for me. It didn't really amp me up as far as, businesses. And I got a great person in my life right now that we're doing businesses together out in Ohio. And then I'm moving around. I got a meeting with Cowboy 147 and Dave Love, his little brother in A-Team. I got to go to Atlanta. So I'm moving around, but I'm still precautious. I'm taking the necessary steps. I'm washing my hands. I'm hitting them hand sanitizers. Everywhere in the airport I see a hand sanitizer, I immediately put my hand under it. But I also, with my Muslim wrap around my face, I wipe it with the sanitizer. So I'm breathing that stuff in, like I don't, because you don't know what it is, right?
Yeah.
They don't even have a cure for it.
Yeah.
They really don't know. They know it's airborne, but they don't really know how we getting it. You have people and stars and athletes that said they didn't took all the precautions.
Right.
And they still got it. You know what I'm saying? And just looking at that test, bro, they put that thing on, that little Q-tip thing all the way to your brain.
Yeah.
I know that got to be painful in itself. So, man, it's just, I'd rather be safe than sorry, bro.
Right. Because the one thing that we seeing is that everything that you already been talking about, our food deserts, how we need to start planting our own little vegetable gardens, and everything that how we need to be in shape, how we need to take care of our communities better. Everything that you've been preaching, this coronavirus has amplified your points. Because
yes, sir.
Imagine if we had this healthy community where, or even, okay, let's not even get into the fact that our communities lack healthy foods and things like that. and
Right.
which lead to these conditions. But before we even get to that, the fact that you always telling us that we need more unity and we need to all stand
Yeah.
up. And
Yeah.
imagine the death toll numbers in our community if what you've been saying all along was really happening. We had our leaders all moving on one accord to say, look, we tightening up. We know what they saying on the news, but this is our agenda. This is what we gonna do. And you know that you've been trying to get us together on that type of page to move on one accord for a while now. So
Yeah, really 7 years ever since I got out the federal system. But you know, I always say, bro, it's my time, it's your time, and then it's God's timing, which is perfect timing, right? So what I mean by that is all I could do is plant the seed, right? And so when I first came home, the love that I showed Lil Durk, you know, King Louis, Yella, Rico Reckless, E-Day, not E-Day, I forget, but all those little rappers that before they got incarcerated and all that, before the deaths, OTF took all those deaths, I came home as a real big homie. I left at 26 and didn't come home till I was 34, right? But I had men throughout Chicago that loved me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been out west since 1999, you know, and I don't really glorify who I was, but I'm the only person that ever did what I did in Rockwell Projects. I still got those relationships 20-something years later. You know what I'm saying? On 35th and State, I did run my project at one point. I was co-minister for the BDs. So, but I had men that loved me, my big homies. You had Rock, you had Nunu, rest in peace. You had Big Guy, Big T, Hot Rod, you know, Big B on the other side, you know. So we had men that actually cared about us. You know what I'm saying? And all I did was came home and showed that love. I had my grandparents, bro. My grandparents planted seeds in me that I didn't even know when they were gonna grow. But that's all we can do as people and true leaders of our community is, yeah, they may not get it, but I know Lil Durk got some of the seeds that I planted in him early on because we did a back to school backpack giveaway. You know what I'm saying? I know that me getting Cowboy over there to Dream Chasers because of my relationship with Tack of Dream Chasers changed his life. You know what I'm saying? So, and countless other things that I made calls for and this, that, and the third that, you know, that really symbolizes me being a big homie and loving our city unconditionally because I be around Emory Jones, right-hand man to one of Jay-Z right-hand men. And I see why they move the way they move and those New York guys move the way they move and they use. And even if they have bickering amongst each other, whenever they somewhere else, man, New York support New York.
yeah.
And that's all I'm trying to do for our city. I'm in talks right now with Katie Got Bands. I'm helping her out with some of her formulations and rebooting and reestablishing herself and doing some of her purpose. Because I asked you, what is your purpose? And for me, when you know your purpose wakes you up and it keeps you up. And what I mean by that, your purpose is it's going to wake you up. So I wake up, D Nash, I say, well, who can I talk to? What room can I get in? And what influence I can have to make our community better? So that's the wake up. But then I can't go to sleep because I didn't got calls, you know, from one of my little mans just day before yesterday. 3 young men got murdered at the same time on the Dan Ryan Expressway. That's 3 lives. And then what's even making it worse with this COVID, you can't even have but 8 people in the funeral home at one time.
Yeah.
So, you know, man, people are dying alone, man. People can't bury their people and give them an honorable burial. It's so many facets to this thing that is a lot of the mental health issues that we're having in our community. So that's why I say this thing is being fought on a mental, spiritual, and a physical war. Because one thing we know about the devil seeks to destroy, but he also seeks to separate you from your support system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling people right now, man, keep them strong bonds. Me reaching out to you, you know, man, every so often, y'all will get prayers from me. Like, damn, where did this come from? But every time I send a prayer out or send a word of affirmation out to y'all, y'all be like, damn, D Nash, I needed this. And I don't know who it's for. I just send it out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I love our city. I'm Chicago or nowhere. I'm Chicago versus everybody. I'm like this, man. I take Chicago, a well-oiled, well-groomed gangster and a gentleman of Chicago versus any other city, and I know we'll win. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we the best of the best. It's just that we got to understand and get back to it. You know, sometimes I be disappointed in us, but then I got to understand that we all works in progress. You know what I'm saying? And I always say we. You know, I don't never say, man, y'all this and that. I'm included. When I say Chicago, good, bad, or indifferent, it's a part of me and I'm part of it. So if I'm not speaking out and being a voice for the solution, I'm part of the problem. And guess what? Silence is part of the problem too.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. But you seem to be you seem like you got the right mind state for this time that we in, because you know, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. You know what I'm saying? Where the whole world just stopped. Like the whole world. So what we doing right here in Chicago, the same thing they doing in Paris, same thing they doing in Australia. The whole world is stopped. And right now, it don't matter how much money you got, how many social media followers you got. Like we all got a enemy in common right now. And
now life is based on your integrity and character. It's not what you got, it's who you are.
Yes.
It's your essence. It's your integrity. And I'm not talking about integrity and character as when somebody is looking at you. I'm talking about the integrity and character is when nobody's looking. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, man, this war is being fought on so many fronts, but Mother Earth is tired of our greed. Look how long Australia was burning. Look at the pollution that was over China and Asia. If you look at the map right now, Mother Earth is blue again.
Yep.
Ain't no smog, ain't none of that stuff over those countries that was totally polluting her. You know what I'm saying? So Mother Earth is reclaiming herself. And then from a spiritual aspect of it, you know, man, our world is looking like Sodom and Gomorrah, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the things that's going on and happening, a lot of immoralities and stuff like that I don't think is pleasing to God. But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I read my Quran. People read their Bible. It's certain laws and it's certain rules and regulations that go with those books. And I feel like we going against it. Yeah. So then you're looking at that. And then man is greedy, bro. So now you got people that are really hoarders. You got people that got $150 billion, $100 billion, $50 billion, $20 billion, this and that. How much can you can't take it to the grave. The Egyptians tried to take all their riches to the grave. It was grave robbers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't take it with you.
And I want to talk to you about that.
A person like Amazon. He's a $150 billion man, but his workers are making $15 an hour struggling for healthcare. What type of crap is this? You know what I'm saying? Like this, we got so much greed, so much morality in our world, man. Mother Earth is reclaiming itself. God is breaking people down at their knees to let them know that he is real and he is much needed in this world. And then finally, the greed of man. We got poor educational systems in Chicago. We got homelessness at an all-time high. No mental health institutions. They done closed all those down. Like, what are we doing? But we still got people in the Magnificent Mile on the Gold Coast living in $10, $20 million homes. And they walk downstairs and there's bombs on the street. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And that was part of the walk. Like, my walk wasn't my walk from Chicago to the White House really wasn't to put it in nobody's face.
Hey, but hold on. And we got to make sure when people hear you say your walk from Chicago to the White House, he mean like a literal walk from Chicago. Yeah, like on foot from Chicago to DC. He did that.
Yeah, and you know, it wasn't my. I really wanted the walk to really challenge you, challenge everybody in the community. Like, I know you won't do this, but you can do something. We can't do everything, but we could do something. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, we didn't got too comfortable in our homes, churches, and our jobs. We are not a village anymore. You know, when somebody hurt and get hurt from out west, when someone get hurt, when I hear children being shot, when I hear the 3 men got shot on the expressway, or over the weekend, 27 people were shot, 7 were murdered, it affects me. Because some of these people are my friends' kids. Some of these people are my friends' friends. And, you know, with me, if I'm your friend, I hurt with you. I'm not about to say, oh, that's their problem. I'm not about to say that. You know, so one thing I know about the village, you can try to be in your comfortable home, church, and job, but if something is happening in your community, sooner or later, it's gonna come knock on your door.
Yeah,
that's why prevention is so important, because if I prevent him being murdered over there, I can prevent my child being murdered over here.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, man, how do you? I did an interview with Slick from Fort Manor and Dave Jeff recently, and those will be uploaded very soon around the same time as this. We're gonna make sure that we try to hurry up and get this content out to the people that need to.
You got to get the content out before the pandemic is over with. You got to get these. You got to push these out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
On the way. These on the way. And they both brought up this point that really caught me off guard, is the fact that, you know, the government call themselves giving everyday citizens they stimulus checks, and then they did something that they said was for small businesses, which was these forgivable loans. You can take out a loan, and if you can't pay it back, they just say, all right, scratch it. It's a forgivable loan. And come to find out, companies like Ruth's Chris, you know, which is a big restaurant out here,
got 20 million.
20 million. Meanwhile, we got our companies that's really in our communities, really on the ground, really feeling the blunt force of this.
Yeah.
And they don't have access to any of this capital that's being put out here. Meanwhile, you got this millionaire that own Ruth Chris cashing in a $20 million check. And you got guys like Dave Jeff. You got four
leaders. You got
leaders.
all our companies. You know what I'm saying? All our small businesses that really is the backbone of the economy. They can't get it. But people talk about what's the hoax, and if coronavirus is the hoax. No, the greatest hoax is this stimulus package, because it's showing up. Man, Donald Trump is making his friends richer, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
And that's just what it is. Like, if he win or lose, bro, he in so many pockets, bro, that they go take care of him. Big business take care of big business. You know what I'm saying? And they put it under the disguise of small businesses. But at the end of the day, they really don't care about real people, bro. They don't care about the American citizen to the point where they try to make it pretend to be. Most of this stimulus package is going to big businesses, not small businesses, period. A lot of this stuff is going to the people that already got money, the people that know how to write grants, got lawyers to get on top of it. That's why they got the money so fast. How many of us got access to a grant writer that could get it right then and there?
Right.
Because there's obstacles to you getting this money. There's forms you got to fill out. And if you don't know the right verbiage and you're not gonna get the money no way.
Yep.
So, you know, man, it's definitely, man, and I sometimes I say I never want to be born anywhere else, but guess what? America is the greatest Ponzi scheme on earth, bro.
Yep. Yeah. But how do you feel about the overall response of the government? I mean, I'm talking about from Trump on down. How do you feel about the response and how they've been engaging so far?
Reactive when they should have been proactive. we had a president that wasn't good on his leadership, and Congress didn't check and balance it, because Congress and the Senate is to check and balance the president.
Yeah.
They didn't push hard enough. They let him play games. They let him do what the hell he wanted to do. And he's been running the country like The Apprentice. He's been running it like a reality TV show since he got in it. You know what I'm saying? The disrespectful things that he do on a daily basis of disrespecting our media, and just the blatant disrespect and the blatant disregard for the seat that he sits in. You know, and because they allow him to play games for 4-5 months, it put us behind the 8 ball. So now we reacting in a country that is always proactive on everybody else's problems in the world but our own. You can find all this money for this, that, and the third, but you can't find money for education. You can't find money to revamp our educational system that is prehistoric, that's undermining and underserving the demographics that need it the most, the poverty-stricken people. And I want to say this, man, because we don't control our narrative and our media, we need to stop buying into the system that Black folks has a monopoly on poverty. We don't. We are the minority in America. There are more white people on welfare getting government assistance than Black folks. So let's stop acting and let's stop taking on and having ownership that we are the welfare recipients of the world. We are not, period. And once we get that in our mind, we can change our mindset to a more entrepreneurial mindset. We can change our mindset in a more do-it-yourself, do-for-yourself, food boo for us, by us, Damon John. And we can really tap into the essence of Black people, which is really the worker bees of America. We built this country off our blood, sweat, and tears. Our blood, sweat, and tears are in the soil. The same with the Native Americans. You know, we are the people that off our sheer work made America great. You know, and that's what it is. We got to get more pride back into what we do, how we do, beyond just shaking our butt and looking good. Because we can shake our butt, we could go to some parties, it's evident that we can't stay from partying. Even with COVID, we still partying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we still looking good, but we got to go beyond that. We got to have ownership in our communities. Our communities got to look like us on the business side, you know, from construction sites on down. If it's a construction site in our community, it got to look like us. Contracts, not just workers, got to look like us. Ownership of grocery stores and these corner stores must look like us. Nail shops, beauty shops, all that has to look like us. And if it doesn't, and I'm talking about in a percentage of which the community, if it's an 80% minority, whether it be Mexican, whether it be this, whether it be that, especially in the African-American community, 80% of those businesses should look like us and have a Black ownership and a Black face, period.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. There's too many companies in our communities that don't serve our communities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, man, you know, this storm this time that we living in is coming right after, you know, Trump just got impeached not too long ago. It was a lot of stuff going on in the government. Then this hit and kind of served as a distraction. Then and now I guess we gotta look forward to Joe Biden being the person that go against Trump. How you feel about his chances to go against Trump?
I want to be honest, I don't like Joe Biden.
Me neither.
Joe Biden wrote the 94 crime bill, which gave mandatory minimums to nonviolent offenses. It destroyed the Black community. Him, Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton was the faces and the voices of that bill that Bill Clinton signed in office that destroyed our communities, minority communities, brown and others, Black, brown, and others. And so, you know, man, for me, I don't forget history. I feel like Black people are too quick to forget our history and who did what to us.
Yeah.
And because he got next to Obama, we forget all the stuff that they did. Nah, man, it is what it is. That man destroyed our community. I was going for Feel the Burn, Bernie Sanders, for real. You know what I'm saying? He's a man that's been in the fight. he walked the walk, talked the talk. He been there with us. You know what I'm saying? From day one, when he was a college student, he was fighting for civil rights. So, you know, but this is what we dealt with, is like the lesser of the two evils. So I'm gonna go for Biden because that's the only choice I have outside of Trump. But let's not get it twisted. Hey man, it's the same side of that coin. Period.
You know, one thing that I noticed about Trump, and I don't think a lot of people bring up this point enough. I feel that Trump just wanted to win. And once he won, it was basically all the information from the people that was around him that basically took hold and started enforcing policy. I felt like if we would have got on Trump early and got in his ear, maybe he would have done some shit. Because I don't think, like, contrary to belief, this is my personal belief, I don't believe Trump is racist. I believe all the people around him is racist. But him, I think he just following what they say. And I feel like we should have been in his ear early on. But that's a boat that sailed at this point.
That's a good point. I don't believe he's racist. I believe he's a privileged white man in America that's the 1%, and he don't give a hell about color. He care about your economic status. No. It's more classism than anything. It's not racism, because if you black with money, you like everything he doing in that White House. Yeah. Period. Right now, if you a big business, if you black and you got big business, you love Trump.
Yeah, he bailing your ass out right now.
I'm telling you. And so, you know, like I said, it's not racism. And like you, your point exactly, Trump like people that cater to his ego. That's why when Kim and Kanye went up there, he did some things. Yeah. A lot of Larry Hoover, like, people was talking, but a lot of Larry Hoover co-defendants got out based on what Kim and Kanye did. And on top of that, a lot of the prison reform is happening due to, you know, him being a friend. He needed a friend. Kanye went up there. Now, Kanye delivery wasn't always the best, but Kanye delivery ain't never been the best. We know what we dealing with. Right. But I'm not about to throw the baby out with the bathwater, period. Kanye did something that most people won't do. And yeah, his delivery, and you can say, but they could talk about me and your delivery. Everybody can find something wrong in something, man.
Right.
You know, so at the end of the day, you know, people find something wrong in D Nash. People find something wrong in Face for Play School, man. You trying to do the right thing like Spike Lee. I'm trying to love on the community. Yeah. But some people ain't never been loved, don't know love. Some people ain't never saw genuine, authentic. And this is the last thing I really want to say, because we go, unless you got something to say. You know, keeping it with Flight School, keeping it with the culture, right? You can have a real jersey, right? A Nike jersey is real. But the jerseys that I like, that I was paying $500-600 was Mitchell and Ness. And Mitchell and Ness jerseys say authentic and genuine. So there's a difference. Real is subjective. When you authentic and genuine to who you are, this culture, Chicago, hey man, I'm authentic and genuine to who I am, what I'm about, and who I love, and I'm Chicago versus everybody.
Hey, I can't end it better than that, man. D Nash, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to the people. They really need to hear your voice in a time like this. You're important to our city, man. We need you to stay safe. We need you operating at 100% so you can keep doing that work for us, man. You putting in that work, bro. I see you. I salute you. I'm riding for you any day of the week, bro. All you got to do, if you ever need a platform to get something out your mind, you know what I'm saying, just don't hesitate to reach out, man. And I hope everybody tuned in today that watched this episode. I hope y'all take something from it, use it, take it, digest it, and apply it to your life. You know what I'm saying? This D Nash, you make sure you follow him on social media. Good guy from Chicago, a Chicago representative that was nominated by the people. You know.
So so you know, man, it's like, it's with me as God, family, friends in the village. You know, if anyone's hearing the sound of my voice, you more than enough. Anything in you, anything you want to do is in you, period. You know, if anything outside of you is bringing you joy, bringing you happiness, is subject to change because it's outside of you. Man, we the greatest. Black folks is the greatest thing that God ever created in his image, period. And once we get to that point and understand that we come from royalty, we kings and queens, we'll understand why the world want to kill us, why the world want to exterminate us. Men like me and you, you know, I know. One thing I do know, I wake up that and the world want to kill me because I'm articulate, I'm intelligent, and I speak truth to power, like Minister Farrakhan. You know, I'm a straight back heterosexual man that love black women, period, and go always put them on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, I'm rooting for everybody in Chicago, like my homie T-shirt say. And with that, man, it's God, family, friends in the village. I'm like Don Cornelius, what he used to say, peace, love, and soul.
Yeah, man, just like that, man. D Nash, I appreciate you, big bro, man. We're gonna talk again soon, man, once I get more information about this COVID thing that we're dealing with, man. Thanks for taking the time out.
Yeah, you see this shirt, you know, in honor of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know, we wear the hoop shirt, man.
Yeah, before I get you off the line, man, be right real quick. Two questions, man. On a lighter note, man, how you been appreciating the versus battles that's been on Instagram?
Which verse?
You seen any you know, Teddy Riley and Babyface just went at it yesterday. They had Swiss Beats, and Timberland. They had Manny Fresh and Scott Storch. Did you catch any of them on YouTube?
I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I love it. And for me, when it comes to the culture, it really ain't no verses. It's really for real, honestly. It's all about empowerment. And the thing about it is, man, those guys are two incredible individuals. When you talk about all those guys,
yeah,
and they gave so much to the culture. It's just really fun, man. It's just a sparring match, and it take you back down memory lane. You know what I'm saying? Like some of those hits was Baby making music. You know what I'm saying?
I was listening to Babyface and that Teddy Riley joint yesterday, man.
Hey,
they played Rock Steady. They was playing all the jams. I'm like, God damn, they did all this.
And them just them. Don't hit the Godfather. Jesus Christ, man. He from Chicago too, man. Quincy Jones.
Yeah, Quincy Jones.
Don't hit Quincy Jones.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, his catalog of what he produced, so it's a lot of stuff. And man, look, man, I'm gonna tell you like this: if Kels didn't do the stuff that he did, man,
he got a catalog. He got a catalog.
Hey, couldn't nobody touch the king.
You might not like him as a person or some of his choices, but you can't take away his music.
His talent is his talent. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's definitely what he did and the way they painted him, man. It's hard to I wrestle with a person that's in my life right now. She be like, "You better not play her."
Yeah, nah, that shit dead, man. Let's move on, man. Hey, so everybody been talking about this Tiger King shit, man. Did you see it?
Oh yeah,
the white
girl
boys
killed
with the Tigers.
Oh. Hey man.
Hey, she guilty, bro. She guilty. Hey, Carol Baskins, we know you killed that motherfucker.
She guilty as hell. She killed Buddy, and she was slick. She was doing all that stuff against him, and she had her own thing making money.
Yeah.
Hey man, them motherfucking white folks.
Boy, they scandalous.
Land of Florida, boy.
God damn.
Who is vicious.
Straight up, man. But the last thing I want to ask you on a lighter note, man, did you get a chance to watch the first part of the Jordan documentary? You know, they dropped the first 2 episodes.
Man, I'm going to tell you like this. Jordan couldn't do it without Scottie Pippen.
Yep.
Point blank, period.
People need to start respecting that man.
Hey, look, he was the Batman and Robin. We ain't win nothing before he got here. Ain't won nothing after. And that's just the real. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. And Mike understood he couldn't do it without the team. Hey, look, I'm gonna end it with this. Ain't no iron team, but there's an iron win. And the team don't win unless I do my part.
Yeah. Love.